Good morning, everyone. Welcome to join the product launch, which is held by MedicalTek in Taiwan. And first of all, I would like to thank you for AUO company who assist us to hold this event in Düsseldorf. Okay, my name is Nick Niu. I'm from MedicalTek company in Taiwan. On behalf of MedicalTek CEO, Mr. Steve Chen, and our entire team, to thank you to attend, no matter you are online or you are sitting under the stage. We thank you for attending this very important product launch for MedicalTek. Okay, so before we start it, I would like to introduce the topic of this product launch. We would say that this technology will bring the true vision to life. You know, when you do the surgery, if you only use the 2D endoscope, sometimes that is not enough for you to identify the depth when you are doing the surgery. And as far as we know that the depth information is very crucial for many procedures, especially for the surgeons who doesn't have too much experience in doing the surgery. They need to have the time to adjust their hand-eye coordination in order to get used to the flat screen to complete the surgery. So that is quite significant for many surgeons. So this topic, we will see that bringing the true vision to life, and MedicalTek will show you the future with the revolutionary 2D and 3D visualization solution. Okay. This is my agenda. We will show you 4 important categories. First thing is I will introduce who we are and why we give in the 2D image, the depth zone, and why that is important, and how we make it. And also, we always call us the pioneer in the world. I'm sorry that could be very arrogant, but actually we try to be the first, try to be pioneer for many years, and we will keep our faith on it. And the third one, we will introduce another product which are able to record the HD, okay, and the 4K and 3D image by using our recording device. We call it Lascaux. Okay, so you might ask me that why the patient or why the doctors or surgeons need to record their operation image or film during the surgery. That is a very good question. I know most of surgeons, they record the video because they want to present their surgical movie during the medical conference. But we found out there might be another potential need for patient has the right to know more about what happened to their health, to their body. So we are running a campaign that calling that the patient actually has the right to know more about their health condition. So I think that recording the image or the film during the surgery or during the examination, that will become very important in coming future, because you know that internet has already become very, very popular, and everybody uses internet before going to the doctor, right? So sometimes they might ask doctors many questions which they found out on the internet. Okay, so the patient, if you don't have the good image after the examination or after surgery, sometimes it's quite difficult for you to explain what happened during the surgery or what happened after the examination. So recording is becoming a very important thing for the clinical practice. So we made a product called Lascaux, which can bring the true vision the image to you and to patients through our spatial technology. Okay, and then I will introduce the future of MedicalTek. Okay, first thing I will jump into the history part. Who we are MedicalTek, but MedicalTek is kind of long vocabulary. So if you would like to say that we are MDTK, it's very welcome. Okay, MedicalTek company is actually a company which was established by a very huge hospital chain in Taiwan called Shouchuan Healthcare System. This healthcare system has 9 hospitals in Taiwan, around Taiwan, and we have more than 300 doctors, surgeons, and many nurses working in this healthcare system. So based on this background, the Shouchuan Healthcare start to establish another very good facility to train the doctor to do the minimal invasive surgery. So we cooperate with IRCAD friends, Professor Lascaux. We import the brand of IRCAD training system into Taiwan, and we make it the biggest minimal invasive surgery training center in Asia, because we have more than 20 sets of endoscopy, and we can do the cadaver test. We can do a lot of things in this center. Okay, so after the IRCAD-Taiwan has already been set up, we managed to form a team, the research and the develop team called Research Department of IRCAD-Taiwan. And this team, we have more than 4 PhD doctors and many engineers start to develop some new technology in order to assist the surgeons to complete their surgery. So this team was doing pretty well. So the boss of the Shouchuan Healthcare System, they decided to start a company called MedicalTek MDTK. So this team has been spin off by IRCAD-Taiwan since 2015. So this is what we are. Okay, so why I say that IRCAD-Taiwan is very important for MedicalTek to develop the medical devices, especially in the medical image sector. It's because that the professor Jacques Lascaux, he is very famous in France and in Europe, and he is the founder of the IRCAD France, and he normally travels to Taiwan for training some Asian doctors in IRCAD-Taiwan. So we have many chances to meet more than 100 of international experts, and we try to reach them and to find out the potential clinical needs, okay, when they are doing the training or they are teaching in IRCAD-Taiwan. So we can say that our product is pretty good, because we have the strategic focus on unmet need, because there are more than thousands and thousands of surgeons come to IRCAD-Taiwan every year, and they all have different specialties. They all have their different experience. So when they are doing the training or they are being teaching, sometimes they will say that, okay, that the device is not good enough. Maybe we can have another option, or we can have another idea to develop the new product. So this is how MedicalTek can help them. MedicalTek actually gather many unmet need through those visiting doctors, faculties, and to make it true. And so this is a very important fundamental knowledge for the MedicalTek to develop the medical devices. Okay, so we call us the MedicalTek. It's a medical image revolutionary leader because we will try to do something that could be different to our competitors. So we are a group of young people and we have very how can I say? We have a very innovative mind inside. And so we want to jump out the column and to try to find a very new solution for the surgeons. So we always want to be the pioneer. Okay, so this is the progress of MedicalTek. How we develop the system and how many things we have already developed during these six years. Okay, from the 2015, MedicalTek spin off from IRCAD-Taiwan, and in 2017, we launched our first product, which is mono stereo 3D, and that is the first version. And in 2019, we start the mono stereo 3D with 3 different versions. Okay, especially we have a very new versions for the flexible endoscopic system, and we have the version for the rigid endoscopic version, and we have the combo, which makes the flexible and rigid. We actually set up the different method or different effects for different kind of endoscope. For example, the flexible endoscope, we make it become very suitable for a tiny space, such as the Garrick or for the column, the kind of that part of the human body. And rigid is especially for the surgeries, for example, the ALC surgery or many laparoscopic surgery. And the combo version is something that offer the hospital to choose between the rigid and the flexible in the same box. So that is what we did in 2019. And in 2020, because we found out that many surgeons came to IRCAD-Taiwan for training, and they all have their need to practice their suture, because the suturing is very basic skill for the young surgeons before they jump into the minimal invasive surgery, before they become the expert of the minimal invasive surgery. The suturing will be very important for them to learn. So we make a platform which the surgeons can practice their suturing through the devices and the image system. So that is what we did in 2020 and 2021. We launched the product, which is today's important things is that we are going to launch the Darwin and the Lascaux at the end of this year at this event. Okay, so Darwin is a 4K compatible endoscope version, and we also have the 4K, 3D, and 2D medical recorder. Okay, so we call us like a medical image revolutionary leaders, but why? Because there are many firsts for this company. For example, we start to run the project since 2010, and we make it become product in 2015. So we are we are the leader who start to research to convert the 2D endoscope image into 3D since 2010. And then we make the first product which can convert the 2D to 3D. And also we make the 3D flexible endoscope become commercialized in 2018 as well. So we actually have many GI doctors has experienced the 3D when they are doing the colonoscopy or gastroscopy for the examination, and the result it's quite good, because that will help surgeons to identify more polyps or and to do the the examination more precisely. Okay, the product concept is that I would say that we give the 2D image from the endoscope, the depth zone. The 2D endoscope, especially for the young surgeons, they need to, before they start to do the first lesson, they need to know the 2D screen and where it's the farthest from the screen and what is the nearest from the screen, and they need to identify the distance and all things inside of human body or whatever when they are practice or when they are doing the surgery. So this is why we give the 2D image the depth zone. Okay, so we always say that our products keep 2D, see 3D. In the before, we have the monostereo 3D, which will still remain on the market. But for the old version of the monostereo 3D, we have the rigid mode, flexible mode, and combo version together in this box, and it can be controlled by the mouse. I think many of you have seen our product during the MEDICA in 2017, 18, and 19. And then this was the product which we launched first. And this product will remain on the market because that this system is still working very good, and also with the more affordable price to remain on the market. But in this year, in this product launch, we start to launch our new product called Darwin. Darwin, the fundamental part is pretty similar to monostereo, but we have more high-speed computing technology inside of the Darwin, and also we make the mouse control to become the touch panel. Okay, so the surgeons can when they do the surgery, if they want to switch between 2D and 3D, that it's quite easy. They just use their finger to touch the panel, and the image can be converted into 2D or 3D. They can choose whatever they want. And also the computing speed. I mean, the feeding and the speed will be faster than monostereo. But so we said that we position Darwin as the higher version or advanced version of monostereo. But of course, the price will be different. But the Darwin will bring the better experience for surgeons to do the 3D surgery by using their 2D endoscope. But monostereo 3D still has its a benefit. For example, the pricing, and also that it's very good for the environment which doesn't have the, sometimes the surgeons, they need to carry the system to different locations. So the monostereo, because that is the iron box, and inside we have many protections, so that it's easy to transport. Okay, so this product will all remain on the market. Okay, so I will let you know why we can make the monostereo and Darwin to make the 2D or 4K to become 3D. Because that the monostereo has and the Darwin has the technology which we can use the 2D image and to give the image the depth estimation, and for the system will calculate the depth information in life. So the doctors, they use the 2D, and our system will capture the 2D image, and we will computing the depth information and output to the 3D monitor to become 3D. So that is what the magic about. But you might ask me that, okay, and another thing is, what is the difference between the monostereo and Darwin? Okay, the monostereo is we can convert the 2D image, HD image or full HD image into 3D. But the Darwin, we will support a 4K format. So if the surgeons, they have the 4K endoscopy, they can just simply use the Darwin to convert it to 3D. Okay, so that is the basic concept. There are many very good endoscope systems in the market. For example, Olympus and Stores and Stryker and Fujifilm. They are all very, very nice endoscope tower. But many hospitals, they might have already purchased the 2D endoscope. Okay, so the things they just need to purchase the Darwin, which we present today. They just simply use the output from the tower, and that the image signals comes through our visualization system Darwin, and we output to the 3D monitor, which we can make the 3D surgery in the most simple way. Okay, and the AUO, our partner who is helping us today, they also cooperate with the MedicalTek, and we started to initiate a project to do the research to see what kind of 4K 3D monitor will be more suitable for this kind of technology. And the AUO has been very supportive for us. This is the workflow that we can make the 2D to 3D. Okay, so what happened to the Darwin is that Darwin we have the touch panel, which the monastery doesn't have, and we just simply touch the 3D. It will be in the 3D mode, and if we touch that 3D button, it becomes 2D, so it will display in 2D. So the surgeon can choose either way they want to have the 3D surgery or 2D surgery. And also the second column here, we have the rigid, and we also have the flexible option here. So the surgeon can choose the rigid or flexible as they want. Okay, for example, if today the surgeon in the morning, the surgeon do the laparoscopic surgery, in the afternoon, the hospital wants to move this 3D system to the gastroenterology department, they can choose the flexible during the examination. And also we have the function for the line by line and side by side functions. Later I will introduce you more. Okay, and as I explained that we can choose the line by line and the side by side and top and bottom function. You know, the 3D, there are many different formats. Okay, for example, some of the system, they use the side by side and to interlace the left eyes and right eyes image into the same picture. So we call that interlace. And we actually, our system can capture the different signal, for example, the side-by-side format or line-by-line format or top and bottom format. So just simply touch the button here, 3, and touch it, and it will, the first column here, it will appear the 3D display format, and by pressing these arrows, you can choose the side-by-side, line-by-line, and the top and bottom. And for the gamma correction, you know, especially for ENT surgery, many ENT surgeons, sometimes they do the sinus surgery, okay? And if they want to put a telescope inside of the nose and for a very deep position, you know that the light source sometimes will be pretty dark, or it will be covered by blood and a lot of factors. So by using the Darwin, you can simply use your finger to touch the gamma column here. And after you press the number for the gamma column, the main screen, the number 1 screen, will appear the gamma correction. So the surgeons can move the up arrow or down arrow to adjust the gamma value. So the default is 1, and the less value brings the brighter image for the surgeons. So we will assist the surgeon when they do the surgery, if the light source is not strong enough. This function can help the doctors to see the image in brighter way, more brighter. Yeah. Okay, and also we have disparity control function, which is pretty unique. for in the market. Actually, there are many surgeons when they do the surgery, they feel dizzy. Sometimes if they conduct a 3D surgery for too long, it's just pretty similar for you to watch a 3D movie. If you watch the 3D too long, you will get disease. You will get not disease, sorry. You will get the dizziness. Okay, you will get nausea. So if you choose the disparity button here, okay, you touch it, and then you can move the up and down to choose the different disparity level. For the level 5, which is the strongest 3D effect, if you are very okay with the 3D, the level 5 would be a choice. But if you are the kind of person who gets sick while you watching the 3D, you can choose the level 3 or even lower. Okay, and we have different setting for the rigid endoscope and for the flexible endoscope as well. For the rigid, we have the 5 levels, but for the flexible, we have 3 levels. Okay. And you might ask me, what is the magic that MedicalTek had already done in this box? Actually, today I'm going to reveal some tricks that how we make the 2D endoscope become 3D. Okay, the human use a number of tools for depth perception. For example, the 3D endoscope. Okay, so but as far as I know, that in the market, most of the 3D endoscope system they use the dual lens for the 3D. It means that inside of the endoscope there are 2 camera lenses in the tube. Okay, and different camera lens they produce the different angle of view. The one of the camera they handle the left view, and another camera lens they handle the right. It handle the right view, the right eyes. Okay, and then after that, they interlace into the 3D format. Okay, and then the brain, your brain will, when they see the interlaced image from the 3D screen, your brain will fuse the separate views into the one image. So this is how we watch the 3D. Okay. But for the dual lens, there are many disadvantages. For example, that it cannot be very small, especially if for the ENT surgeon, for the Asian people. Sometimes the ENT surgeons they use a 3 millimeter camera lens or telescope to do the surgery for the ear. Okay, so that would be not possible to put the 2 lens inside of the 3 millimeter telescope because that is too tiny. But use the Darwin or use the monostereo, you can still have the 3D version, and the cost is lower and the connection is much easier. Okay, so this chart could be very complicated, but I would just briefly let you know that we capture the 2D image first, and then the 2D endoscope system they generate the 2D endoscope, and then we capture it, and then our system, the Darwin system, will calculate the depth map through based on the 2D endoscope system, and then we output to the 3D format like this. And I will say that in more simple way, it's that you can see this handsome man here. He was standing in front of a bookshelf here, and you know that our magic, we can identify the different depths of this human. For example, his hand in red, okay, it's actually more close to the camera, okay, and his left hand here in light blue, that is actually far, and the bookshelf is actually in blue. It's even far away from the camera lens. So by using this technology, we can bring the 3D image to the surgeons, and we put that output to the AUO, a 3D medical display, and we can have the 3D endoscopic surgery. And this is how we make it. Okay, so that is the magic. Okay, and why 3D is important for the surgeons or for the physicians? It's because the efficiency will become a very key benefit for using the 3D. For example, there is a study conducted in 2008 and found out that over 75% prefer the 3D surgery. It's because that you can see the cutting efficiency here. Actually, it's 3D. It's better than 2D here. Okay, so and also for the task time, the 3D it's much less than the 2D as well. Okay, so the cutting efficiency, it means that the surgeons use 3D, they can cut it more precisely, and for the task, the surgeons can to reduce the surgery times. So the surgery times can be shortened by using the 3D, and also the biopsy efficiency and the error rate is better to use the 3D as well. So there are over 87% of surgeons think 3D is helpful during the surgery. And also for many hospitals, you might have many young surgeons who doesn't have too many experience in 3D endoscopic surgery. So these experienced laparoscopic surgeons could benefit from the shorter performance time with the 3D image due to the need to adapt to the 2D vision. It means that for the young surgeons, they certainly need time to adjust and to adapt the 2D image, and to do the surgery in the 3D dimension. So by using the 3D, that it's easier and faster for the surgeons to learn. Okay, and as I mentioned, that we are pioneer in the world in making the 2D to 3D and to give the 2D image the depth so. So there are many problems we have solved for the surgeon. It's that the surgeons watch the 2D monitor for the surgery in the most hospital in the world. So the lack of the depth information and the bad hand-eye coordination as well, that will require more cases and more experience for surgeons to learn. Okay, so this is why we make this product for the hospital to keep their 2D endoscope system, but they can still have the 3D 3D image. Okay, and also we have the very unique things that we can connect the Darwin system with the flexible endoscope tower. For example, the Olympus or Fujifilm, or even Pentax. If they have the 2D flexible endoscope, just simply connect the signal into the MedicalTek Darwin system. We can have a 3D image during the examination and the things. And also we have a very unique function that we can relieve the dizziness by adjusting the 3D effect for the surgery. We provide the severity level for surgeons to choose. For example, they can choose the level 5 for the strongest effect, and switch to level 1 for the weakness 3D effect. So by using the less level, they will feel much comfortable if they get sick with the 3D image. And so the uniqueness that bring from MedicalTek technology from the Darwin and the monostereo is that 3D image with the excellent depth perception, which we just use the conversion to convert the 2D endoscope into 3D. And also we have adjustable 3D effect. As I just mentioned, that we have 5 label for the rigid and 3 label for the flexible. And the price is kind of upgrading concept. So the hospital don't need to invest too much money to purchase the 3D endoscopy system. They just have the Darwin or have the monostereo. They can have the price. They can have the affordable price to have the 3D surgery and the unique 3D examination. And the 4K 3D, now it's available for the Darwin system. So the Darwin system can actually take the 4K image into the box and output to the Full HD or even better image. And in the future, maybe we can make it a real 4K 3D image, but it takes time for us to do more research to do it. Okay, so our system can be adapted into many different specialties. For example, the ENT, the urology, the general surgery, and also for the gynecology and for the gastroenterology as well. And I will introduce in detail for some specific use. Okay, this is the 3D bronchoscopy, which we did a bit of research to make the bronchoscopy become 3D. Okay, so you know that the COVID-19 is becoming quite significant and very serious in the world. So we can imagine that the chest health will become a very important issue in coming future. So the 3D bronchoscopy examination will be a very important examination for many patients to have. So when the doctors they do the bronchoscopy, they used to use the 2D. So it means that in the tiny space, for example, in the lung, there are many tiny space and many tiny channel inside of our lung. And if they use 2D, they cannot identify which way it's the correct way and what is the depth information and what is near your eyes and what is further. So so the 3D can actually help them to do the examination in 3D, so that would be more precise. Okay, so that, and also if the doctors want to make it easier to place the stent or to do the balloon angioplasty for the bronchus, okay, they can use the 3D because that could be very helpful. And this would be the first 3D bronchoscopy in the world if you already have 2D. So you just simply add a Darwin, or if you don't have the budget for the expensive system, the monostereo could be another option for you to choose. And also we can make it become like 3D colonoscopy and gastroenterology. And as I mentioned that the gastroenterology and the colonoscopy or gastroenterology or gastropy, that is becoming a very common examination for many patients. So we can do it by using your existing Olympus or existing Fujifilm, and we can make it become 3D. And that is the most simplest way for the hospital to have the 3D flexible endoscope, and that would be very unique for many hospitals. For example, if the doctors they want to do the ESD for the early cancer, or sometimes they want to do the ERCP, or they want to grab the polyp with intuition and accuracy, the monostereo or Darwin will become very important for them to do it. And also for the 3D in ENT, we have done many cases, and we sold many systems for the ENT surgeons, because the 3D for, especially in Asian market, some Asian people, their ear canals are pretty tiny. So they need to use the smaller telescope in order to complete the surgery. So, but you know, the ear is pretty deep. So the 2D image sometimes is not good enough for them to do the surgery. So the 3D will become pretty important for them to do the ear surgery and the nose surgery as well. Okay, so this is an example, and a study shows that the 3D surgery is quite significant for the conjunctional anomalies. That is in the middle ear, the 3D can provide a better vision to identify the nerve, and that is quite important. And also, the most of Asian people they need the 3D millimeter telescope in order to to deal with the difficult canal. But there is no 3D solution for the difficult for the ENT for the 3D millimeter telescope. So the Darwin and also the monostereo, which can help the ENT doctors in this way. Okay, and then I'm going to jump into the recording and transmission part, which we launched a product today also. We have the Lascaux HD, 4K, and 3D medical decoder launched as well. Okay, then this is the appearance of our Lascaux 4K, 3D, and 2D medical recorder. Okay, so in the operation room, many surgeons they start to do the 3D surgery or 4K surgery, or even a traditional HD surgery in the operation room, or in the GI room, they use the flexible endoscopic examination, or even more advanced hospital, they have the Darwin already in their operation room. So the Lascaux can record the both image inside of by using our medical recorder, and we can output through the high definition or 4K image. Okay, so that it's the touch panel of Lascaux. You can see that if we switch on the Lascaux, we have a touch screen here. So the doctors can start with the patient, the patient button here. Just use the finger to touch it. Okay, and after touch it, you connect to the HIS system and the work list. So the doctors can type the patient's ID and also if there's a procedure, it can import it through the HIS system. So they can just record it very simple way. And for the 3D, if the surgeon wants to record the 3D, the source, you can choose the 3D, and the input signal can be the line by line, and the side by side, and also top and bottom. And the output you can choose to output as the side by side or the top and bottom. And also we have a very unique function that you can record 2D, but you can do the surgery in 3D, but you can output the format to 2D. So for example, if you want to do the surgery in 3D, but this case is very special for the medical conference, for you to present in the medical conference, you can record in 2D because it's not, sometimes the 3D screen or 3D projector is not available for some medical conference. So you can simply do the surgery in 3D, but you output the image or record the image to 2D. And also we support the 4K record, so the doctors can record a 4K image as well. But they can choose the original 4K, or they can choose to the high definition image, or 720p pixels as well as standard visions. And also we support the dual channels, connection as well. You can see this. In the Lascaux, we have 2 ports. Okay, one port you can put the endoscope in, and it record the endoscope image or the film. And then another port you can simply put the ultrasound or another tower, another endoscope tower, so it can record the 2 signal together. Okay, and we can synchronize it to become the PIP. It means that the main screen can be the endoscope image, and the second image, the smaller image on the same screen, can be the ultrasound as well. So that recording it's kind of a revolution for the doctors when they want to present their case to the public, together with the ultrasound, and also for the endoscope as well. Okay, so our Lascaux, actually we support the 2D and 3D record. So for the dual channel, the doctors can, as I mentioned, that they can choose to record a 3D format in the the side-by-side format and the line-by-line format, and also we can merge these two image into the same screen. So if after the recording, if you want to transmit this data into your PACS system, there are many ways. For example, the traditional way is that we can copy it to the USB storage. Actually, Lascaux, we support the USB storage as well. And also for the photos, we can convert it to DICOM. So after doing the surgery, we can convert the photo to become DICOM format and upload to the PACS server. So the doctor can watch that in their clinic. Okay, so that is the product advantage for the Lascaux. As far as I know, there are many the recorder competitor or the partner who have already selling their recorder for many years. And for the Lascaux, we have many different different parts or something that we can also do. You can see this chart. Okay, the Lascaux, actually we can accept the HDMI and also the SDI, but because we support the dual channel 3D, it means that we can record a Darwin image in 3D as well. So our video inputs, our inputs are more than other competitors. And also for the storage, we also have the 4 TB, but we use the SSD storage, so that could be faster and more efficient. And we can record a 4K Ultra HD film, and we support the HL7, which is for the HEAT system. So we can import the HL7 format into the Lascaux, and also we can output the picture which you capture during the surgery through the DICOM format and upload to the PACS. Okay, and for the signal channel 3D recording, we can do it as well, and many brand can do it as well. And for the two signal capturing, we support to 4K, and if you want to record the 4K image, and also together with the ultrasound, as I mentioned, that we can capture it as well, and we can make it become, you can choose the main image, it's the ultrasound, and the small image is the endoscopic image, or you can switch it. Okay, and also we support the dual channel 3D, which is very unique. Now it's only Lascaux and the Sony can do it. It means that for the Darwin, the left eye signal and the right eye signal are separate into the two signal cable. So we can simply just put that into the Lascaux, the recorder, and we can record the left eyes and right eyes, and even though we can magically become 3D as well. So that function can be very useful for many hospitals who already have the Darwin system, and you can record it in 3D, or you can record it in 2D as well. Okay, and the 3D image, it's as I mentioned that we can convert it to 2D into 2D. So if the doctors it's very familiar with the 3D endoscope, but he just wants to present the 2D image to the patients or to during the medical conference, that they can use the function, and that it's something that only the Lascaux and the Doris IDA can do it. So we have many different points, and it's something that other competitors can do and we can do. But I think our cost will be very compatible because we want to make this recorder more affordable for the most hospitals. Okay, so why I say that recording and transmission is quite important in the future. It's because the patient has the right to know more about what happened to their body or what happened to their health condition. So we actually run a campaign here in Taiwan. We try to get the GI doctor to do the examination in 3D by using the Darwin. And after they use the Darwin in 3D examination, and the Lascaux can record the image together when they are doing the examination, and then the transmission can be live to the 3D clinic. No matter by using the DICOM format, or they just simply use the USB and move to put in into the 3D clinic's 3D TV or 3D screen. The patients can wear the 3D glasses to see what is really going on inside their stomach, and that is important because most of patients they don't have an anatomy concept inside of their body. So if they have the 3D image, they can well understand that what the doctors say and what the reality is for their symptoms. So that is a very unique part, and I think that can attract many patients, because as the campaign we run in Taiwan, Dr. Wu has already attracted many patients into the clinic in order to see the 3D in life. Okay, so that is a successful case here in Taiwan. Dr. Wu from the Yansen Hospital in Taiwan. Actually, Dr. Wu has already been running the 3D clinic for many years, and he used the 3D endoscope, the monostereo, and in the future Darwin. He can see the 3D image during the examination. And after the examination, he will use a USB disk and then move to the clinic and put the image inside of 3D TV so the patient can see. And this is a very famous singer in Taiwan because he has trouble in their garlic. So she lives in southern part of Taiwan, and she decided to come to the middle of Taiwan for the Dr. Wu and to use the 3D endoscopy to do the examination. And after doing the examination, Dr. Wu used the 3D TV to show her what happened to her colon and her garlic as well, and to explain it in more detail. And after that, the singer, Miss Joanne, is very happy. So she decided to help us to speak that the 3D is important, right, for patients to know more about their health condition. Okay, so in the future, as I mentioned, that MedicalTek is going to make more products which can assist the surgeons and which can assist the patient as well, and we will make the precision surgery and precision concept more affordable for the doctors. So precision doesn't mean expensive. So we want to make it affordable for the hospital, so as well as to the patients. Okay. So why I say that is affordable is because the Olympus 3D and the Karlsruhe 3D, they all sell in very expensive price. But for the conversion concept, because we only need the processor which can convert the 2D to 3D. So for the monostereo, we have very affordable price and competitive and economic option. But for the Darwin, even though that is more expensive than monostereo, but if compared to Olympus or Storage 3D system, we still have the price advantage for this kind of system. So that it's more affordable, and also we have many functions which can overwhelm the product feature of the Olympus 3D and the Storage 3D. For example, we can switch between 2D and 3D, and they can do it as well. But we have the adjustable 3D effect, which they don't have, and also we are compatible with the 3 millimeter telescope. So that would be something that I said that we want to make that more the precision more affordable, and that's why. So in the future, we will do more research on the artificial intelligence and big data and the blockchain and cloud. And in the future, we want to make the image-guided minimal invasive surgery possible in the future. Okay, thank you for attending this product launch. I think no matter for the monastery or Darwin, MedicalTek, we want to, to deliver the good concept in 3D and also for the recording devices. And we want to provide a better service and the best solution for the hospital to have it. So if any distributors who is interested in cooperating with us, please leave your message through the YouTube channel, or you can simply contact us through our contact information, like email. And later, the Q&A time, I will have the information of my contact to you. Thank you. And you can contact us through the slides here. Thank you.